So today I'm getting ready to show you how you can make a low content book just like these that have absolutely nothing in them but blank pages. And you will be able to make these journals in less than 10 minutes. And literally anyone can do this from anywhere in the world. But more important than creating these books is actually selling them. So I want to give you some tips and tricks that will actually help to put your books before the right people so that they will buy them and you will make some money. This is a hot selling item, and this is something that I'm about to show you how you can sell on Amazon. So don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss this one. But let me tell you really quickly what low content books are in case you are new here and did not see my last video, which I'll also link up here. But low content books are basically books that has low content in it, meaning like journals, notebooks, composition notebooks, those things where you have a book full of pages of lines and that's it. And a lot of people are making a lot of money selling these types of books on Amazon. Just in case you want to be a little more creative and put more than one type of page in your book, I'm going to show you how you can do that today. So let's get into creating these books. I want to start with that, and then I'm going to go on to the tips and tricks that you need to make sure you're selling these books. And how we create these books is through an awesome platform that has everything set up for you, and that is through BookBoat. So once we come to BookBoat right here, we're going to go to the top and log in, and then it's going to bring you to the home page here. And on this page, they're going to have a ton of videos for you to come back and watch that really breaks down and let you know how to use BookBoat. So when we go over here, you'll see this research button. You click it, and then we just go to create. And then from create, we're going to hit on BookBoat Designer. And then they'll ask you to log in. Your login is going to be the exact same login that you use to get into BookBoat. We're going to actually be going into the new studio, so we can just close that out right there and come to the top and hit try BookBoat Studio. And once we come here, it is going to make us select what type of project we want. And they have many different options as far as the type you want. You can do paperback book or you can do a hardcover book. So I'm clicking on paperback book, and then we're going to go with 6x9. And just to let you know what a 6x9 looks like, that will be about this size. This is really a 6x8. It's kind of close to this size. And the interior part of the book, we're going to just keep it black and white. But as far as page count goes, we're going to make it 100 pages. Why? It's just a number that popped in my head. You can do 120, you can do 80, whatever you prefer. Now I'm going to let it bleed, and when it bleeds, that means it can go over to the end of the page. And then they're going to take you to where you're going to start doing all of your magic. And they're going to explain to you what each side is. The right side is basically your front cover, and the left side is your back. But we want to move that, get that out of the way. We click up here, we just hit hide KDP cover template and hit OK. But when it comes to what type of journal you want to make, one of the things that I came across was a prayer journal. It was very popular. Or you can do journals according to whatever season you're in. Like right now, it is August, school's about to restart. You just kind of want to go with the time, because there are certain times people will be searching for one type of journal more than another. But as far as a prayer journal, we all need a little prayer in our life, all right? So this is a type of journal that will do pretty well year round. And other journals that do well is dream journals, and also manifestation journals, gratitude journals. I hope y'all are taking notes, because these are the type of things that really sell well on Amazon. So we're gonna just go right over here because we need a photo for our cover page. You can actually upload your own photos, or you can go to Pixabay, and Pixabay, you can use theirs. There won't be any kind of copyright problems with it. And when I type in colorful, I get all of these different options here. They have some beautiful options here, but ooh, look at that. Oh my goodness. If that don't remind me of prayer, I don't know what does. What you want to do once you get your photo, you just want to take the edge and bring it out and expand it, because you want to make sure it is filled all the way in. You don't want any white to show. Like, this is so pretty, y'all. I'm going to actually order my own book when I'm done with this. And so the next thing we're going to need is a title. So you go up here to this text, and then you're going to click on that. And then I'm going to go to heading. Why? Because it's a heading. And then we're going to type into it and drag it to the front of the cover. Remember, the right side is the front. And if you don't like the font, you can always change it. I'm going to go ahead on and change mine to this right here. And then I'm going to add another heading, and I'm going to do in the together, because I want that one to be a little different. Just drag it over. And we're gonna make that one kind of cursive. And we need to add the last word, which is Lord. And I went on ahead and changed the font a little bit more. You just play around and find what you like. And then we definitely want to change the color. So in order to change the color, you just go up here to this square that's black. And then you just pick some kind of colors that you want. You can play around, drag it, and see what you like. I like this purple just because it kind of fits with the theme. And then we're gonna change everything to that. Whatever color you last used is going to be at the top. Now you can actually do more to this if you want to. There's a tab that you can select to pick some shapes and add it to that if you want to. I don't feel like this really needs too much else. But one thing I do want to add to it is just a cross. So I actually downloaded a cross already from off the internet. You want to be careful with that. That's why if I were you, I would just stick to Pixabay. I'm going to just add it to the front of the cover and center it right there. And y'all, that's it. My cover is absolutely done. Let me know down in the comments what you think. I don't feel like I need to add anything else to it. So that's the cover, y'all. Now we're going to go ahead on and move on to the interior. And so in order to start the interior, we're going to go down here and click on page 1. And then over here by these tabs, we're going to go to this little maze looking thing here. Click on it, and these are all the templates that they have already created that you can add to the inside of your book. Like I said, this is going to be simple and easy, no writing involved, and they've done most of the work for you. And they have a prayer journal, and they also have a prayer list. I'm thinking of a prayer journal. I want to put my prayer list at the front of the book so that I can always, every time I open it, have my prayer list to look at. And then what's really cool about this list, you list your prayer on the left side, and on the right, you list if it was answered or not. So when you're ready to add this list, they're going to ask you what pages you want to add it to. You can go by and click one by one what you want to add it to. You can select all I pages if you're going to do a book like one type of page on this left side, one on the right side. Or you can just select all, like if you're doing a journal that's going to have all just note pages in it. What I wanted to do was I wanted to select the first 5 pages. So I have to go and do that myself. And then I hit next. And then they asked me all of this stuff, and I'm not even worried about that. I just hit submit. You can change the margins, all of that stuff, but we're going to just leave it as is. Now, that's the first 5 pages of our book. Now we're going to go to page 6. And what I'm going to go and do now is add that prayer journal to the rest of the pages. You can technically go through and click all the rest of the pages, but ain't nobody got time for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to select all, and then we're going to deselect the first 6 pages to save us a little time. Then we hit next and we hit submit, and y'all, that's it. We have a completed book. Really plain and simple. And all you have to do from this point is go to the top under project, and then you just hit download this project RGB. And from there, it's going to break it down into 2 different PDF files. You'll have your cover page, and then you'll have your interior pages. So to get your books on Amazon, that's where we're going to be selling these wonderful books. You have to go to Amazon KDP. And when you get here, you will have to create an account, and it is absolutely free to create an Amazon KDP account. So there are several different ways that you can get paid. You can get paid through direct deposit, which they recommend. You can get paid through wire transfers or through check. And so when you are doing the direct deposit, then you just put in your bank account information, and that's how you're going to get paid. When do you get paid? Once a month. The payment is going to start 60 days after the end of whatever month you made some sales. We're going to click on the create tab, and it's going to bring us to this. What would you like to create? Well, we're going to do paperback. So as far as those tips and tricks I was telling you about, this is going to be really important, the research portion of you selling these books. And BookBoat has some research tabs that's going to bring you the best information. They're going to tell you the top books that's selling. They're going to show you things like how many people are actually searching on Amazon versus Google for particular topics. They're going to show you how to get your keywords. All of those things are super important. So I really wanted to take some time to explain this part to you, because this is really why a lot of people don't get sales, because they're not using the right title. They're not using the right keyword. So in order to make sure you're getting the right stuff so that your books can be found, the first thing you're going to do is go back to BookBoat, and then you're going to go under the research tab. And under research, there's a cloud. You know, everything's in the cloud. So we're going to click on the cloud. And when we get there, what BookBoat does is they're going to search for the top 10 bestsellers In whatever category you pick, we're working with journals. But if you have a category like we already have, we're going to go ahead on and put prayer journal in the keyword, and we'll hit search. And the first one that came up was prayer journal for women. So that's kind of where I got this title from. And then you could just pretty much scroll through here and see what other type of titles they have in regards to this. I'm just going to stick with the one that was at the top because it has 495 monthly sales. And I'm also looking for what the rest of their title says, because there's a subtitle tab that we can use. And on here it says prayer notebook for women of God. Under subtitle, I'm going to go ahead on and add prayer notebook for women of God. Why? Because it works, and if it ain't broke, we don't fix it. So as far as series go, we don't worry about that. I'm not worried about edition number. But as far as author, this is where you are an author, so you get to put your name in here. Oh, we are not adding BookBoat to contributors, but as far as description go, one thing that you can do, you can go back to that book that we looked at and look at their description and see if they have anything in there. So I just added the size and said it's generous writing space, prayer list, prayer note, and key verses. The next biggest important thing that you need to do is when we come to this section here, the keywords. Keywords are what are going to help to get you found when people are searching for these type of journal, because someone may not come here and type prayer journal for women. So you want to put other keywords in here that will help to bring them to your book, to let them know this is what you need, this is what you have been looking for. Buy my book. So BookBoat also has another tool that's going to help you to do that. And so we go back to where we were under the research tab, a button that says keywords. We click on that, and then we're going to click on search. And from there, we're just going to type in prayer journal, because that's what we did. And we're going to come up with all of these keywords that they say are associated with prayer journal. And they're going to right here, this shows you the Amazon search volume. This shows you the Google search volume. You want to look at the ones that say high. Why? Because this is what people are looking for. So I'm going to use the prayer journal. I'm going to use the journal of prayer. So I'm just going through and I'm finding the best 7 keywords, because they only give you 7 keywords to add. And y'all, another trick that I heard when it comes to actually trying to rank on Amazon and be found is to use categories that are not as popular. Then you will start to rank higher in those categories that people don't use often, which means when people start to search for books that you are selling, then of course you will come up first because you're ranking higher in other categories. So hopefully that does help you guys to sell these books more. And then also I selected that this is low content books, and then they asked if this contains stuff that's basically inappropriate. We say no for children. We'll come to this page here. And on this page is going to say published without an ISBN. Yeah, I just selected it. I skip over publication date. And once you get here, this is where you're going to start to upload everything. Your manuscript is basically the interior that you worked on. And once you do that, they will allow you to preview the book to make sure everything looks the way that you expected it to look. So once you do that, then it's going to show how much it costs to print this book. You won't have to pay upfront, but what will happen is once someone orders the book, Amazon will take $2.15 for printing it. So right here, the rate, you get 60% and Amazon will get 40%. And once you set your price, then it's going to break down everything. I'm just doing $7.99, and it shows that after the printing cost, after Amazon gets their fee, then I will make $2.64 off of it. You can raise it if you don't like that price, but like I said, you want to be smart about what you price these books. When you go back and look at those books that are being sold that are similar to yours, you want to see what they are pricing it, because you want to try to stay within that ballpark, because that's what's working. And then you may knock off a few cents, because sometimes something that's $6.77 might sell more than something that's $6.97. So you just have to be really strategic about how you do this. But I wanted to tell you something else that's really, really important. And that is having reviews on the books that you upload. Because I don't know if you're anything like me, but when I shop on Amazon, I always click on the reviews before I make a purchase. So one of the things you may have to do is sell your books to family and friends and just ask them to go ahead on and review it for you. Or you can buy the books, give it to family and friends, and just ask them to review the book for you, so that people can have some reviews to look at, because that's what's going to help a lot of people decide to buy your book. And then once you set the price, you come down here, you hit publish your paperback book. And then voila, it is submitted to Amazon. It takes 72 hours for them to approve it. So that's the entire process, y'all. But something else I want you to keep in mind. They're going to tell you that you can make a hardcover book to this. That's another option for you to do. They're going to tell you that you can make an ebook. And then you also want to make a lot of different types of books. You may just make regular journals. You may make prayer journals. You can go back and make those meditation journals, manifestation journals. You can change up the interior to a lot of things. And guys, just to let you know, BookBoat itself is not free. They actually have two different plans. They have the newbie that's $9.99, and then they have the pro that's $19.99. This is the one I use, the pro, because you get more stuff. You can actually create coloring books. You can create like Sudoku, I hope I say that right, books. But there's just a lot more that you can do with it. However, there's still a lot that you can do with the newbie, and you get a 3-day free trial with both of these. So I hope that this helped you today, guys. But other than that, thank you so much for watching, and until next time, we are out. Peace.